Welcome back to Just the Facts, the weekly vidcast from factcheck.org. I'm Emmy Kalawale, and this week we've got two stories for you. The first is about a false claim being made in an AFL-CIO ad attacking John McCain. Let's watch.
He even took sides with Bush against increasing health care benefits for veterans.
This would be damaging stuff for the former Navy man if it were true, but it's not. The ad is referring to McCain's votes against Democratic amendments in 2004, 2005, and 2006. All of them called for an increase in veterans' health care funding, and all of them failed in the Republican-controlled Senate. But McCain voted for other measures to increase veterans' health funding, and all of those amendments passed either unanimously or by a big margin. Most of them didn't provide as much funding as the amendments he rejected, but one measure McCain voted for in 2007 called for slightly more funding for veterans' health care than the proposal he initially rejected. So the claim that McCain was against increasing health care benefits for veterans is false. The ad claims McCain took Bush's side in his votes against the Democrat-backed amendments. But that's false too, since the president never weighed in on any of the amendments. The ad also makes the following claim about McCain's support for the war in Iraq.
He wants us to keep spending $10 billion a month in Iraq, just like Bush.
This is a bad case of false logic. It's true McCain has resisted any talk of what he refers to as a retreat from the war in Iraq. It's also true that we spend, on average, about $10 billion a month there. But those two truths don't support the fact that McCain wants to keep spending that kind of money. In fact, McCain is depending on the war coming to an end in order to meet his goal of balancing the budget. According to his Jobs for America plan released on July 9th, McCain's campaign said the McCain administration would reserve all savings from victory in the Iraq and Afghanistan operations in the fight against Islamic extremists for reducing the deficit, since all their costs were financed with deficit spending. All their savings must go to deficit reduction. So, if this ad pops up on your television screen, you know not to be fooled. Now, before we take a look at this next claim from John McCain, we're going to take a trip back to the 2004 election and a claim made in an ad by the Bush-Cheney campaign attacking John Kerry.
The Liberals in Congress and Kerry's plan raises taxes on small business. 900,000 small business owners would pay higher tax rates than most multinational corporations.
We found the claim to be misleading. The real figure was nowhere near 900,000 small businesses. Now, watch history repeat itself with a twist.
If you're one of the 23 million small business owners who files as an individual ratepayer, watch out. Because as your business grows, my opponent proposes to raise your taxes.
Last we checked, 23 million was a lot larger than 900,000. Here's what changed, and here's why this claim is even more misleading than its forebear. The McCain campaign snagged the 23 million figure from an outdated U.S. Chamber of Commerce claim, which cites a 2002 count by the U.S. Census Bureau. But that's 6-year-old data, and it includes business owners who own sideline hobby businesses or made revenue from book deals, which means the count would include people like McCain and Obama. So the figure is clearly a gross overstatement. But will Obama raise taxes on any small business owners? The answer is yes. But according to experts at the Urban Brookings Tax Policy Center, it would affect well under 1 million of them. They estimate Obama's planned tax hike would affect 663,608 small business owners. But what about the other small business owners? We find it likely that Obama's tax plan would allow many of them to save money, seeing as how it would not affect those making under $200,000 a year and would provide a tax credit for those making under $150,000 a year. But McCain's underlying point does have some merit, that taxing more affluent Americans would deny them the opportunity to spend money on other things, like hiring new employees, if they're small business owners. And that's it for this episode of Just the Facts. For more on all of these claims, be sure to check out our website at www.factcheck.org. I'm Emmy Kalawale. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.